Oh, I really do love me some AA loophole. Not a cult, don't have a leader. Not a cult, don't have a leader. This one is fun to take on. So, first of all, I went to another cult expert about this with Jehovah's Witnesses because I was like, obviously, we know they have a cult, but they don't have a single leader. What's the answer here? And she said it's called charisma by proxy. Okay, and this especially works when we understand that always cults have been led by leaders or by ideas, or that is to say, the leader can be an idea. And Robert Lifton, who was one of the first people to study brainwashing, said this from the beginning. This has gotten lost in our stereotype of cults because cults of personality are much more popular and harder to understand and like blow up bigger a lot of times, okay? But cults can be led by ideas. And you have charisma by proxy. So you can have a leader dead, for example, and has given these leaders or borrowing their charismatic authority from the leader, okay? Second of all, when AA says they don't have a leader, they're lying. They're just straight lying. AA is a registered 50C13 that has a board and has leadership. You can Google the money they make. They have regional, national, and international level leadership. When they say they don't have leaders, they're just straight lying to you. And many cults have this kind of justified lying, the story that we tell the outsiders. In Children of God, you can read about this in the book Uncultured that I wrote about growing up in the Children of God, one of the world's most extremely recognized cults. And then going into the cult of the U.S. Army, they called it Deceivers Yet True. And the chapter of the children being programmed to lie to outsiders is so stunning that it is published in Rolling Stone magazine. You can get signed copies attached here. The Children of God called it Deceivers Yet True. Mormons call it Lying for the Lord. My favorite is Jehovah's Witnesses, Transcendental Trickery. And I don't know what AA calls it. Some of you can tell me. But lying to outsiders, because they simply will not get it. It's a lie that AA doesn't have a leadership structure. It is just a straight lie. And finally, this is a misunderstanding of what it means to be a charismatic leader, because charismatic authority in the context of cults, or in the context of authority at all, simply means that because of some qualities about someone, you have given them, by your own free choice, authority over you. They did not take it by force. Okay, so by definition, every sponsor-sponsee relationship is a charismatic authority. Every man who's head of the household under the umbrella principle is a charismatic leader. Does not have anything to do with how charming they are. Often, and especially in the cases of the bigger cults, the charming people are better at convincing you to give them authority over you. But it doesn't mean charming. This is a misunderstanding. And finally, they still go on pilgrimages to their unalive leaders' houses. Like, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. If you have to use a loophole to get out of your definition of cult, you're probably a cult. In fact, if any organization has to say we're not a cult because, like, I get called a cult leader all the time because of what I do. I've never once had to come out and lay out for you all the reasons that I'm not a cult leader. I'm just not one. We're not a cult because, no, they're using a loophole, and there's always something deeper there. AA, in my opinion, is not about getting people sober. They do not care about that. If they did, they would be happy for people who got sober or even didn't, got their lives to a manageable level in any way that happened, but they're not. They are, as the courts have found, an American religion, an evangelical high-control recruiting organization, and have been since the beginning. I'm Daniela, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. And I remind you, Mormons, a cult can be led by an idea.